Hey guys, Baintar here, and in 2013, Pokemon X and Y was released as the first ever Pokemon games in full 3D. But not only that, it was also the first Pokemon games to use real instruments in the soundtrack. The new speakers on the 3DS allowed Game Freak to be much more creative with the music, and as a result of that, Pokemon X and Y turned out to have one of the most beautiful soundtracks of any Pokemon game. It is almost 5 years since these games were released by now, so I thought it would be cool to take a trip back to the beautiful Kalos region and honor the X and Y soundtrack once more. That's why today, I'm gonna count down my top 15 favorite music themes from Pokemon X and Y. Now, all of this is of course based on my personal opinions, but make sure to tell me what's your favorite themes down in the comments. Now, even though I will be talking throughout most of this video, there may appear a specific part of a song that I want you to listen closely to. In that case, the screen will turn slightly red, indicating that I'll stop talking and you should pay extra attention to the music. But I think I've been talking for way too long now, so let's get down to the number 15 spot. Number 15, Demel Town. After traveling through Route 15, which is one of my all-time favorite Pokemon routes, check out my video on my top 10 favorite routes for more on that. We find ourselves in Demel Town, a frosty town with a strong European vibe to it. It is a nice place to be if you want to get cozy in front of the fireplace and bake some fresh, tasty gingerbread. The music of Demel Town gives off a cheerful vibe and reminds me of something I would hear in an Irish folk dance. And even though I'm not Irish, I can still somehow relate to this music. It sounds very welcoming, as if the people that lives there all greet visitors with respect and joy. It is really uplifting because after going through Route 15, aka the autumn route, I often feel conflicted because winter is coming, but Demel Town's music makes me feel like, hey, autumn actually isn't that bad. Number 14, Route 18. Ah, the sweet sound of victory. Yeah, that's what this theme reminds me of. It is the perfect theme to make you realize that you've saved the world from total annihilation and can now advance towards your last task, becoming the champion, with a big smile on your face. I feel like the use of violins is very appropriate, as it really conveys a strong emotion. In this case, triumph. The entire route is a reminder of how far you've actually come, as it not only musically makes you feel victorious, but also because the route includes many different aspects of nature, which represents all different places you've been through. It is a very good way of remembering your amazing adventure one last time. Number 13, Santalune Forest. Santalune Forest is hands down one of my favorite locations in the Kalos region. After the game's very simple and formulaic introduction, this place caught me by surprise, not because it's something new with early forests, but because it was such a shift in the mood. I didn't really expect this kind of music and mood so early in the game. From the very happy aesthetics that the game had so far almost been forcing upon me, to then finding myself in one of the most atmospheric places in the game. It is just something about the whole package that this place gives off. Dim sunlight shining through the trees, tension-filled music and fledgling cries from the trees. It reminds me of Eterna Forests. But the music in this theme is relatively simple, as the notes follows basically the same pattern throughout the whole song. But it's the way the music is presented that makes it so special. The fledgling cries especially makes the theme feel so real, as if I'm really in a dark lush forest surrounded by wildlife. Number 12, Geosenge Town. Yeah. After traveling through Route 10, a route filled with tough trainers and wild Pokemon, we find ourselves in Geosenge Town, a peaceful town surrounded by mystery. Musically, Geosenge Town is actually really nostalgic to me, because it reminds me of the time when I didn't have a clue about what this rocks was, and I just looked at the place as a relaxing village and nothing more. The time when I still had the Kalos region in front of me, and there was no ultimate weapon. Damn, how I wish I could replay these games for the first time again. Anywho, I wish real life had background music like this. It is so relaxing and makes me forget all my worries, as if nothing bad is ever going to happen to me. Conveniently, the people of Geosenge Town is unaware of their fate too. They don't know that they live over the tool to destroy the world. They just enjoy life, as if nothing really is going to happen to them. It is a good metaphor in real life too. We can never know what's going to happen. Maybe tomorrow I will be killed by a moose falling from the sky. It's not likely, but I can never be 100% sure. Still, I can't base my life on that. We just gotta live as if everything is going to be okay. Cause if not, then we're all lost. Okay, I feel like I got us into a little dark mood now, so let me enlighten the mood by saying that Geosenge Town rocks. Okay, that one was bad, but it's undeniable that this is a plot hole. Number 11, Trainer Battle. The Trainer Battle themes are surely one of the most important music tracks in every Pokemon game. They are made to be iconic and therefore are created with clear motives. Hoenn has trumpets, Sinnoh has bass, Unova has drums, while Kalos has electric guitars. The guitar sound in this theme makes it so recognizable and pretty nostalgic. The theme is very catchy because of the fast-paced drum beat and impressive bass. When creating a Trainer Battle theme, it is important that they don't get too happy, but not too serious either. It should be fun, but still motivating. And I think this theme is able to find the perfect balance between fun sounding and serious, which is one of the biggest reasons for why I appreciate it that much. Number 10, Battle Friend. Okay, let me be real with you guys. This is admittedly not my favorite rival type theme. In my opinion, it can't even compare to May's theme, Hugh's theme, Silver's theme, or Gladian's theme. But that doesn't mean it's unsuccessful or that I don't like it. It's actually really good, just in a different way. This is a friends theme, not a rival theme, and I think this theme is very successful at highlighting that. These people are friends, not rivals, and that is okay. Does really all rivals need to be assholes? No! This music highlights the feeling of having fun while battling a friend. You're both trying to impress each other and give each other a good match, and while especially Trevor and Tierno failed in that department, I still had fun battling them. That is my favorite part of the song. It's a cool throwback to the Friends Encounter music and just makes me so happy. It is very innocent and fun sounding. This just have to be one of the most uplifting battle themes ever, and it is therefore a battle theme worthy of my respect. Number 9, the Kalos Power Plant. After messing around in Lumio's Badlands for way too long, I felt kinda done with harsh winds and trap-inches with a rain trap. I needed some relaxing music to calm my nerves. So when I finally got inside a power plant, my dreams were fulfilled. This music is perfect for what it was meant for. A gift from the heavens. It sounds sinister and technological, as if there's something that is wrong, but you can't exactly put your finger on it. Well, it wasn't a surprise that this place was occupied by Team Flare then. But while the music may sound ominous and mischievous, I still find it extremely soothing. I could easily fall asleep to this, not because it's boring, but because it's so calming. It reminds me of a more calm and ominous version of Team Magma or Aqua's hideout theme from Ruby, Sapphire and Emerald. I was so satisfied when I heard this theme one more time in the Pokeball Factory, cause it really is a great track. Number 8, Professor Sycamore's theme. As the generations have passed, I feel like the Pokemon professors have just become better and better looking, and their music have become better and better sounding. This music sounds as French as you can get it, and really amplifies the French personality of Professor Sycamore. The accordion combined with the acoustic guitars and pianos really gives the theme a gorgeous sound, and is something I wish I heard more of in other Kalos themes, as for example Lumiose City. Number 7, Anistar City. Is this Pokemon? Cause this seriously sounds magical. It is way too good for a video game. I was actually able to make a 7-minute long review of this theme in a previous video, which I really recommend that you check out because the theme actually has a very deep meaning to it. Here's a little peek at the video. The Anistar City theme is super atmospheric and sets up a very mysterious vibe. It reminds me of something that is much bigger than myself, like time and space. Time. Have you by any chance noticed all the ticking clock sounds in the background? Well, cause that really fits to the statement that I just made. Ticking clocks, chiming bells, and heartbeats. It is as if though the whole theme is a representation of life and death. I'll leave a link in the description of this video to my more in-depth review. You should seriously check it out. Number 6. Snowbelle City. Snowpoint City is cool I guess, but its theme always seemed a little dull in my opinion. I was waiting for a proper Christmas theme in a Pokemon game, a track that would give me the feeling of a cozy Christmas evening with the ones I love. And luckily I got to see that with Snowbelle City. This theme reminds me of the days where I wake up and sees everything covered in white snow. It makes me think of winter and why it is so beautiful. I literally can't describe how good this theme makes me feel. It makes me want to go out and make a snowman right now. Too bad winter is still some months away here in Norway. And that I'm too lazy to make a snowman anyway. It's kinda weird how I normally despise winter, but whenever I hear this song, I think about winter as the most beautiful thing in the world. Besides this theme of course. I can promise you one thing. If I'll ever make a top 10 best cities list, Snowbelle City will be in it. Number 5. Route 15. Have you ever heard an intro like that? Well, I know I haven't. Again we see a route theme that highly depends on violins, as it is the sole instrument playing in the start of the song. But as the song progresses, we get to enjoy a beautiful, majestic, encouraging orchestration that beautifully shifts between trumpets and powerful violins. This theme is motivating as hell. It makes me feel unstoppable, invincible, strong, powerful, sexy. Okay, that was a little too far. But I feel like it's very convenient that this theme plays in one of the biggest and most beautiful routes in the game, as it really gives a sense of adventure and dedication. I love that part so much. It is really inspiring, and the way I perceive it, it actually reflects my journey through the Kalos region. Heck, I could even say it reflects my life. The journey may sometimes be tough. It can sometimes make you lose hope. In those cases, it is okay to slow down a little. Just breathe. Reflect about where you are and where you're actually going. And when you feel ready again, just keep moving on. Number 4. The Pokemon League. A common thread within the X and Y soundtrack seems to be to have very distinct intros to the music, and in addition to Route 15, this theme uses violins as a sole instrument throughout its intro. It is really convenient because it really grabs your attention and makes the music very recognizable. I don't need much time to realize that this is Kalos' Pokemon League theme. The music is very dominating. It even played in the Pokemon Center, and that, my friends, is how you create atmosphere in a video game. It perfectly conveys the consuming feeling that this place gives off, because when you're outside of the Pokemon League, your only focus is what awaits you. Number 3. Belisarius, Yveltal and Zygarde. The intro of this theme is very special, as it actually sounds like war. It gives off a rush of unsettling emotions and really makes you understand that messing with these Pokemon may be the last thing you'll ever do. Pretty rad way to describe the intro to a piece of music. Now after the intro, the theme gets a little tedious as it very slowly builds up suspense. But at least the use of organs is a very welcome addition to the theme, as it mimics the frightening situation you're in perfectly. In contrast to many others, I actually appreciate the electronic sound that this theme has. Sure, it would be cool with something a little more organic, but the electronic sound in the theme does do a good job for what it was made for. Now, after the theme has been building up its suspense, you finally get to hear the main part playing once more, and the theme starts gaining traction, until we finally hit the big climax of the theme. This is what the entire track builds up to, and damn is it worth the wait. Number 2, Battle Lysander. The theme flare theme is good enough in itself, but when you take an already good theme and amplify all the feels with 1000, it becomes crazy. That's what this theme is, crazy. It really reflects Lysander's state of mind during the battle. He had the perfect plan, and his goals of seeing it happen was at the palm of his hand. It must be really frustrating putting so much work in, for only see his goals go to fruition. Although I knew this guy was the villain from the first time I saw his hair, it did leave a strong impression on me to see a guy like this losing his head completely and actually wanting to kill me. You can actually see the hate in his eyes in his battle pose, and after I beat him in the last battle, it looked like he was ready to choke me to death. Luckily for me, he only killed himself instead. Not that it's good that he died, but I'm happy he didn't take me with him. This music is simply awesome, so intense, and definitely deserving of a number 2 spot. As in basically every music countdown I make, there is always a good portion of themes that I wish I could include in the list, because they're really great pieces of music respectively. Babble City is amazing because it really sounds like you're in a deep magical forest filled with fairies and beautiful creatures. Other town themes like Geosenge City, Lumio City and Chalor City all have very appropriate music and could definitely have been included. Some really cool battle themes include Team Flare Battle and Elite 4 Battle, but especially the Elite 4 Battle was a little too electronic in my opinion. I really love X and Y's ending theme, as it makes me really emotional. As well as an Eternal Prison, the theme that is being played when AC meets his Floette, is very beautiful. I actually even wrote the script for themes like Bicycle Theme, Victory Road, Battle vs Successor Corina, Route 8 and the Friends theme, and I really wish I could include them in the list, but unfortunately, this is a top 15, not a top 20, although I did consider cranking it up. But now let's get down to the moment you've all been waiting for. My all-time favorite Pokemon track from Pokemon X and Y is... Number 1, Battle Diantha. Although this battle was relatively easy, and Diantha wasn't a very interesting character as a whole, I still gotta admit that her battle theme kicks butt. Judging by the first notes, I would believe that they went for an Iris type theme, and while I see nothing wrong with Iris's theme, I'm happy Game Freak took another direction with this theme and made it much more pretentious. The theme is beautiful, but at the same time intimidating, as if you know that even though Diantha is a sweet and nice person, she's a powerful battler, and you shouldn't let her looks deceive you. I love all the different undertones in the song, and the shifts between beautiful bells and loud guitar parts made the theme very unpredictable. It is in my opinion, without a doubt, the best track of Pokemon X and Y. Well, thanks a lot for watching this video. I hope the fact that this was a top 15 to some extent made up for the lack of a video last week. Now if there is some specific Pokemon themes that you feel like I forgot, make sure to tell me about them in the comments. I would really appreciate it if you left a like on the video to support the channel, cause it really helps. And if this is your first time here, make sure to subscribe for more great Pokemon content every week. I think I've said what's needed to be said now. So, keep dreaming.